Damn, those aliens bastards are gonna pay for shooting up my ride.
Duke Nukem is one of the most badass protagonists in first-person shooter genre. Duke is the incarnation of testosterone. He loves babes, booze, big guns, kicking alien ass, and chewing bubblegum. He ain't called as king for no reason.
Hail to the king, baby!
Duke Nukem started its life as a 2D platformer in 1991. Duke Nukem 3D got released on 1996 and became one of the best first-person shooter games. You can still play the original game and its expansion packs on modern systems.
New York. If I can kill him here, I can kill him anywhere.
In years, Duke Nukem got released on different consoles and had a few spin-offs. After long years of troubling development cycle, Duke Nukem Forever finally got released in 2011, but it got harsh criticism and made most players who have waited for so long disappointed.
This is taking forever. Time to stop pissing around and get this big guy back into action.
Failure of the game caused the series to went on hiatus. Duke Nukem 3D 20th Anniversary World Tour Edition, which got released on 2016, was the final commercial Duke Nukem game, and it was a remaster. We saw Duke in Bulletstorm Full Clip Edition as a playable character, but he was just a skin replacement for Grayson with his own voice lines. The future of the series is uncertain at this point. Some people say Duke Nukem can't come back because he was already controversial back in the day and he would get cancelled by SJWs immediately in this era.
I wrote a blog post a while ago about why I f***ing hate video games, because this is what it does. It appeals to like the male fantasy.
Holy cow.
Luckily, thanks to the dedicated modders who love the franchise, Duke Nukem got its own fair share of mods. You can play as Duke Nukem in Doom 2.
Of course!
So, in this video, I'm going to compare a few Duke Nukem related mods for Doom. All these mods let you play as Duke, but they differ from each other in some ways. If you want your experience to be more immersive, you can run these mods with Duke Nukem textures and the original soundtrack, like I do. Keep in mind that both games, Duke Nukem and Doom, were made in different engines. So don't expect Duke Nukem 3D's interactivity and level design in Doom. Without further ado,
Let's rock.
duke it out in Doom.
It's a damn good day to be in the ass-kicking business.
Duke It Out in Doom is different from other mods on this list. Unlike the majority of Doom mods, you have to run this one on Edge source port. It has some new visual effects and uses a different type of sound font. I played the mod with Vanilla Doom and Doom 2 levels, not that I couldn't run it with different maps. For more information about Doom source ports, I would suggest you to watch Dwar's videos. He compared and explained them very well. Duke It Out has Duke's arsenal and items from various Duke Nukem games. There are no Duke Nukem enemies here, so you will be fighting against zombies and demons as if Duke somehow got himself in UAC. However, some of the enemies are more dangerous than their vanilla kins. The gore here resembles brutal Doom as well.
I lied.
Inventory system and items are changed. Mega Armor is replaced with 6-pack of beer. You can chug them up when you're low on health to recover 50 health points. Night vision goggles let you see in dark areas and you can toggle it whenever you want. Steroids here works as Berserk. You deal massive melee damage and get invulnerable for a short time. Soul Sphere is replaced with Atomic Health and gives you 50 health. Mega Sphere is replaced with a whiskey bottle and will only give you 200 health. Interesting design choices, to say the least.
Much better.
In Duke It Out, weapons come from various Duke Nukem games. For instance, Blacktail Pistol is from Duke Nukem 64, and you can dual wield pistols. Super Shotgun doesn't show up in here, but instead you get an auto shotgun and explosive shells for your standard shotgun. Railgun can one-shot many enemies, and it's also dual wieldable for more firepower. Devastator replaces invulnerability power, and for 30 seconds you get infinite ammo. And finally, instead of BFG, you get Plasma Cannon. It's kinda OP because it doesn't use ammunition. Granted, it has a short delay when firing up and takes some time to get charged. If you're looking for a mixture of Doom and Duke Nukem gameplay, Duke It Out has got you covered. Duke Nukem War Against the Doom. The next mod on this list is not well known, unlike the others. It was brought to my attention by Vostio, the awesome guy who made Ashes 2063. Ashes 2063 is a post-apocalyptic total conversion mod for Doom 2. It also had its DLC named Deadman Walker. Right now, Vostok is working on its sequel, Ashes Afterglow. If you're interested in, links to the mod will be in the description below. Moving on to mod. Now, War Against the Doom is a bizarre gameplay mod. Right off the bat, you encounter not only pickups and assault troopers, but also Doom and Wolfenstein enemies at the same time. If you're weirded out by such encounters, you can disable Nazis and demons entirely. Then you get your standard Duke Nukem enemies, but Arachnotrons aren't replaced for some reason, so you gotta accept their presences. All enemies drop some cash, and you can pick them up in levels as well. So what do you do with the money? Tip strippers? No, instead you can access store anytime in game and upgrade effectiveness of your weapons, improve your health or armor. You can also buy bubblegums to replenish your health. All power-ups are replaced with money, so you won't be picking up mega armor or power-ups such as Mega Sphere. You're stuck with the power-ups the shop offers. The weapons here seem to be inspired by the 2001 version of Duke Nukem Forever. You know, the one they showed in E3 2001, the one we never got a chance to play. Instead of your standard pistol, you start off with a Golden Desert Eagle. It deals good damage, as you would expect from a Desert Eagle, and you don't need to reload it. You require classic shotgun, M16 rifle, and a minigun. I was surprised to see chainsaw in here. It can easily turn your enemies into red mush. BFG is replaced with plasma gun, but it deals splash damage, so you can kill yourself with it. Sadly, other iconic Duke Nukem weapons such as Shrinker and Devastator don't appear in here. Duke Nukem's voice can be switched from old one to new one in options. He still screams like Doom Guy when he gets killed though. War Against the Doom is an arcade mod if you want an arcade gameplay.
So how's it feel to have my foot up your ass?
Ramon's Duke Nukem 3D. Ramon's Duke Nukem mod highly extends original Duke Nukem enemy and weapon rosters. Even basic enemies have stronger and deadlier variants to murder. Riot pickups, chain gunner pickups, you name it, it's probably here. Unfortunately, many of these enemies have hit scan attacks, so good luck with dealing them. Problem is that many Doom levels were designed for vanilla enemies. That's why some of the enemy replacements in this mod can make certain sections very hard.
Ooh, I needed that.
In big numbers, even assault troopers can pin you down easily. By some chance, if you happen to have Nazis in your Doom Megawads, well, I hope you have enough patience to fight against aliens. Not only these Xenos are very agile, but also their corpses release acid for a short time and burn your skin. I thought we were supposed to kick alien asses, not get our asses kicked. Items here are quite similar to original Duke Nukem 3D, so instead, let's talk about weapons. Many of the weapons may look familiar to you. Most of them are taken from other Duke Nukem titles. Railgun from Duke Nukem Forever is one of them, but there are also new weapons which didn't appear in Duke Nukem games, such as double-barrel shotgun. Just like super shotgun, it kills many enemies in one blast. There are a few additions in shotgun and ripper weapon slots as well. Sadly, unlike explosive weapons, the weapons with explosive ammunitions don't jib enemies. Even with all these new toys, sometimes combat gets not only punishing, but also not rewarding enough. Because the enemies often don't drop weapon or ammo when they die. You can't make enemies hurt each other to conserve ammo either, because they don't infight.
What the fuck?
When you are out of ammunition or dealing with many enemies in small areas, you can spam explosives. Health vials and armor bonuses are replaced with trip mines and pipe bombs, so you get plenty of those. Just don't blow yourself up. The mod is rich on content, but not adjustable. You can't disable or change a thing in options menu. You have to play the mod was designed. However, there is an alternative mod which called Duke Weapons. You can just use the arsenal as Duke and fight against your standard demons. If you wanna spice it up, you can use enemy mods too. Some weapons don't function properly though, so don't dream about shrinking demons and stepping on them. I might have criticized Don Ramon's mod, but it's not a bad gameplay mod. You can lower the difficulty or play it on easier map packs. If you don't mind abundancy and difficulty, then this is your stop. The Entry Doom. Finally, we have DN3 Doom. DN3 Doom is kinda similar to Don Ramon's Duke Nukem mod, but here, the gameplay elements are more balanced and simplified. On top of that, it adds new content you haven't seen elsewhere. In DN3 Doom, you won't have different varieties of each enemy type. Pickups will just stay as regular pickups. Also, hit-scan enemies now have projectile attacks. You'll get less trouble with dealing them. Nevertheless, you're going to have new enemies. These new enemies are taken from other Duke Nukem games. For instance, Firefly Troopers come from World Tour Edition. Security bots come from Duke Nukem Forever's Doctor Who Cloned Me DLC. There are even a few enemies from Lame Leader, the prototype version of Duke Nukem 3D. I'm not sure about some of the new enemies. Where do these sniper aliens come from? I have no idea. Unfortunately, just like Don Ramon's Duke Nukem, the N3 Doom kinda suffers from enemy replacements as well. Battle logs are still brutal. If you play an ultra-violence difficulty, which is named
Come get some.
here, the enemy numbers get ridiculously high. Cyber demons and spider masterminds are replaced with boss-type enemies. They are a pain in the ass. But at least enemies do infight this time, and sentry drones are easier to destroy. Luckily, Duke's arsenal has some additions and changes to make combat more enjoyable. Many weapons now can be manually reloaded. This feature might seem off compared to standard Duke Nukem experience, but in my case, I like that I can reload my pistols whenever I want to. Speaking of pistols, just like in Don Ramon's mod, pistols are dual wieldable. There are also a few new weapons. Double-barreled shotgun is here as well. You can change its appearance too, and yes, you can shoot both barrels individually. Some weapons have alternate fire modes. For example, Freeze Thrower lets you shoot a large ice projectile which freezes multiple enemies at once. You can also throw more than one pipe bomb and detonate all of them at once. If you want to, you can use your Mighty Foot and kick enemies while holding a gun. Surprisingly, the N3 Doom has some sort of a locational damage system. The mod is gorier than Duke Nukem 3D. You can literally HAL an assault trooper with double barrel shotgun. But there's something weird about the gore here. When getting shot, some enemies can lose more eyeballs than they normally should. Duke Nukem 3D's items are here as well. Health vials and armor bonuses are replaced with cola cans and suntan lotions. When you're full on health, portable medkit can be replenished by picking up medkits. Protective boots automatically work when you step on acid or nukage. On top of that, you get invulnerability icon and kick alien asses without taking a single damage. Holo Duke is swapped by Dukebot. Instead of spawning a decoy, you can now spawn a Dukebot which can attack enemies. These bots help you in combat, and you can spawn a few at the same time. Now, there are underwater sections in Duke Nukem 3D, and you either need scuba gear or dive in and out fast to not drown to death. As you know, such gameplay feature doesn't exist in Doom. You never dive in and hit switches underwater. When you play in vanilla levels, scuba gear is just useless. But if you play in a map which has underwater section and mechanics, such as under a freezing sea, scuba gear works fine. I spawned one here for the demonstration, so you need to acquire it first. Unlike the other Duke mods I just covered, Duke only has his old voice lines from Duke Nukem 3D. Not that his newer voice lines are bad, but many players would prefer the classic ones. The N3 Doom is a customizable mod. If you don't want to deal with certain types of enemies, you can just disable them entirely. Same thing works with decorations as well. These decorations can make you forget that you're still playing a Doom mod. The N3 Doom gets updated regularly, and it's the best option for those who want a more refined Duke Nukem experience. There you have it. Duke Nukem can visit Doom and get his hands dirty. I compared these mods so you can make up your own mind and find what appeals to your taste buds. I might consider making a video dedicated for Duke Nukem 3D mods in the future. The links of mods and related content will be in the description below. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you will enjoy these mods as well. Thanks for watching and take care.